one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. Just gotta mean something to you. They gotta mean something. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2 3. 1 2 3.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado,
Free smoke.
look. Scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much I have you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa Bars forever, like they decided to throw me under Slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop 1,000,000 songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
Winning has a price. And leadership has a price.
I'm coming. I promise you, on my life, I'm coming. From the first snap, man. From the first second. What are we gonna do, man? All back against the wall. All back is against the wall.
I'm ready for whatever right now.
Welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Listen, man. I work with some individuals, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I work with this one dude, bro. He just be saying some off the wall shit, bro. He be making me mad with something. I ain't even mad, bro. He just, some of the stuff he say, it just don't make sense, bro. Like, he likes certain people. And so when he likes certain people, oh, they can work hard. But then you say, bring up Beyonce, oh, she a witch, she a witch, she a witch. He just don't make sense, bro. But, bro, him and this other dude today, we was talking, I don't even know what made it. Oh, because he asked me what did I play video games on, and I say the Xbox. And he was like, man, you gotta get a PC. Everybody getting a PC. I said, everybody can get the PC. I'm not getting a PC. So then him and the dude in the truck both play on PC. So they were just going ham about, oh, you should go get a PC. I'm like, bro, y'all not convincing me to get a PC, my guy. Like, I'm sticking with my Xbox, bro. I'm good. They kept, nah, you should get a PC. So then they start talking about video games on the PC. Mind you, these is two dudes who play story-based games most of the time. They bring up GTA. And I'm like, bro, I don't play GTA, bro. He was like, well, how you don't play GTA? Because they was saying you should get a PC for the GTA. I say, bro, I don't care about GTA 6 because I'm not buying it, bro. I'm not playing it. I say, I haven't played no GTA up to this point. Why would I care about a GTA game, bro? That's not competitive for me, bro. That don't get my competitive juices flowing, bro. When I sit down and play a video game, it ain't no game like no story-based game. GTA is a story-based game at the end of the day to me. And the shit that y'all can do online with that game is not competitive to me. It's not. And so I don't hate on people who play GTA. But people can stop trying to convince me to play that shit. Because it's not going to happen. But they kept trying to convince me to play that shit. And so then they say, man, you basically saying if you stick with the Xbox, you settling for worse graphics. I said, facts. I said, if that's what you want to, if that's what the message is that you heard from me, I said, then that's what, cool. I'm not even tripping on it. But I'm sticking with the Xbox. I've been playing Xbox my whole life. I'm sticking with it. I have no urge, no desire to play on a PC. If I did, I would have bought one by now or built one by now. I'm pretty sure of that. But I have no urge at all to play on the PC. So then it was like, well, it's harder anyways to play Call of Duty than anything I was like, I don't even remember exactly how we got into this, but they tried to say that it was harder to play Call of Duty than MLB The Show, bro. And this is when I start to realize how ignorant these conversations be going when I'm talking to this certain homie. Because bruh, for one, I play Apex. That's harder than playing Call of Duty. Neither of these two bums play Apex because they acknowledge the game too hard for them. On top of that, Fortnite harder than that Call of Duty. None of us play Fortnite because we realize how hard it is. But you finna sit here and tell me that Call of Duty is harder than playing a fucking baseball game where I'm watching motherfuckers throw 105 mile per hour sinkers, fastballs, ridiculous sliders where my PCI shrinking like a fucking M&M every time they throw the slider in there. Pitches moving all type of crazy ways. People throwing bad pitches that still look ridiculous. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's harder to play Call of Duty, bro. What are you saying? I've been playing MLB The Show for like 3 years now, and I still suck at this game. And it's very hard for me to suck at a video game that I put time and effort into. It's not correlating for me on MLB The Show. You're not finna fucking sit here and tell me that Call of Duty is a tougher game. I done played Call of Duty. I done been great at Call of Duty. Stop playing with me, bro. Take any Call of Duty legend and put them on MLB The Show. Bro, you could go games where you damn... Man, then my dude gonna talk about something. Bro, I'll get some hits on there. I said, man, bro, you get hitless online playing against the right person. Hell, you could be playing against an average person, bro. Everybody got access to great pitchers. Like, bro, stop playing. Some of these debates and these conversations just be out of control, bro. Like, what are we talking about? But anyways, 2023-24 NFL season, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. The game was played. The Chiefs won it. We start back up again at the back end of this year. Seemingly how it always goes. But what a year it was. We had a lot of great sports conversation this year. We had a lot of great sports conversation from start to finish. Y'all remember when CJ Stroud was supposed to be stupid. An idiot, they say. This dude failed some fucking test. But the real ballers knew. I don't play school, buddy. I play football. Fuck that test. I said it at the time, bro. It was racist that people was bringing that shit up. Like, cause I'm trying to remember, had they done that test for anybody else and brought up that, like, what the fuck? I don't even know if any of the white quarterbacks ever done nothing bad in college because they always bring up Cam Newton in the laptop, Jameis in the crab legs. Like, bro, they've been running that Jameis in the crab leg jokes for, and this is why I always say I understand why players have mental illnesses and why they go through mental struggles, because when you do something stupid like that as a kid, it don't usually get brought up, if ever, by thousands upon thousands of people on a routine basis. You know, that's not thrown in your face every single time you walk out your door. Whereas for Jameis, he been having to deal with that same joke forever. Now, people will say, well, he shouldn't have done it in the first place. There's a lot of things we shouldn't have done as kids or as young adults in the first place that we don't have held over our heads our entire lives based off of the score of a football game or how somebody feeling when they wake up that day and they judging me based off, like, all I see is people projecting on Twitter all the time, bro. Twitter is a place of projection. That's why people be hating people. One of my comments that I hate seeing the most, bro, when people be like, rich people problems. Like, bro. Now, I understand when that is a legitimate thing to say. But, bro, you got people saying this shit when people actually getting screwed in they pay and whatnot. Every time a player getting screwed on the back end of a contract or getting screwed on a contract at all, well, you hear somebody, oh, this rich people problem, you should just take what you get. What? I can't forget. We had that conversation earlier when people remember in the offseason when people was telling Lamar should just take what they offer him, like they said he was being greedy. He was asking for too much. That man, like I said before, bruh, how can you say Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, you can't say none of these quarterbacks is asking for too much when they just saw a quarterback in Deshaun Watson, who all of them done basically accomplished more than sign a fully guaranteed contract, bruh. But because it was Lamar Jackson, they was, he asking for too much. And this was Raven fans too, bro. I ain't forget about that. The Raven fans going at him. Remember, we thought Aaron Rodgers was going to retire in the offseason. He was playing this game. Yeah, ain't it funny how Aaron Rodgers and what's my man's name? Not my man's. Brett Favre, allegedly with the little scandaling, robbing the stealing what was it he was doing to pay for his daughter's tennis court? Stealing from the welfare, allegedly. He sued Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharp. What a year. Hey, ain't it crazy how it ended the same way for both of them, basically? For Favre and for Rodgers. Like playing, is he going to stay? Is he going to go? Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? And Aaron Rodgers I think Aaron Rodgers realized it was ending like that, so he kept trying to make everything about the Packers like, the Packers did this wrong and they did this wrong. And then the whole time we figuring out like, man, the Packers probably did a couple things wrong, but man, this dude right here is a real piece of fucking work. Great player. Real fucking piece of work. You remember them Pat McAfee shows with Aaron Rodgers this season? Oh, man, God bless you if you watch them shits, man. I'm trying. Jeez. God bless you if you. As quick as it started, it ended just like that also, since we're talking about Aaron Rodgers. I mean, because running out on the field with the flagging, the season's over for him. And essentially it was over for the Jets at that time also. Real shame. I think next year his last year in the NFL, though. He gonna give it the old. I'm going out on my terms. I'm going out on my terms. And I respect that. Respect it. Probably thinking he should have never left. Hey, gonna be interesting if he end up getting Devontae Adams in the offseason. Did Devontae Adams pushing a reporter, that happened this year? I can't remember if that happened this year. I think that happened this year. I do remember Devontae saying, he not a loser. He not accustomed to losing, yada, yada, yada. Buddy, you left Aaron Rodgers to go play with Derek fucking Carr, bro. What are we even talking about? Like, I don't think you're a loser either, but that's some loser behavior. Hopping from by choice. Because you requested the trade. You forced that trade. So that was just crazy when he said that this season. That happened. It was a hell of a season. It was a hell of a season. You remember when he wear 15? Anthony Richardson? I can't remember the number he wear right now, so, Anthony Richardson. Great start to the season, but it did feel like he was hurt every single game to start the season. But he showed some flashes. Now, I don't think it was a big enough sample size to truly know how great he can be or how good he will be. I'm going to tell you this, though. He done had a lot of NFL training this year, depending on how long it took him to rehab from his injury. So you done had a season under your belt. This might not be a lost season like some people think it is based off of how he come back next year. But this also could be a lost season and next year could be his legit rookie year. So it's just going to be based off of what he did in the offseason or in this time off and what the coaches did around him or helped him do. I'm interested, bro. It feel like the AFC South got way better in a year because now you have CJ Stroud. Remember when who was the team in the draft that passed on quarterbacks? Because this ain't a strong quarterback draft. Bro, The best quarterback supposedly in the draft right now look like the worst quarterback in the draft. Bryce Young. CJ Stroud is the best quarterback in the draft. AR-15, I do not know this man's number. So Anthony Richardson looked like a decent or a good draft pick. There's another quarterback in this draft that I'm not thinking about. Nonetheless, you got the Colts have Anthony Richardson. The Texans have CJ Stroud. The Jags have Trevor Lawrence. Bro, the Titans, and I said it was a slim chance at the time, because I didn't say slim, but I said it could be a chance where the Titans end up falling so far behind the 8 ball because they don't have a quarterback. Because I don't think Will Levis is a good quarterback based off of what I've seen. And I understand, I tell y'all, it take me time to digest a quarterback, but that's usually when I'm trying to see how great somebody is, how good somebody. I can see, but I'm not going to immediately tell you Will Levis is not a great quarterback or he can't be great, because this was basically a rookie year for him and he didn't even start at first. So I'm interested to see what happened next year, because he could have gotten a lot better with the offensive. All he needs is a better offensive coordinator for one, and that'll do wonders for him anyways. But two, it's a lot of things that he do in his throwing motion and how he throw the ball. Some of the bad habits he have when delivering the ball, that's really going to fuck him in the long run if he don't get him fixed. And the reason I had called him bad is because a lot of the problems that he need to fix is problems that a lot of quarterbacks don't fix because they relied on him for so long. And those are the type of things that make those type of quarterbacks bad quarterbacks. But I'm interested to see how he go. But right now I'm saying he's the 4th best quarterback in that division, because I would take every starting quarterback in that division over him. CJ Stroud, Will Levis, CJ Stroud, AR, Anthony Richardson, and Trevor Lawrence. I'm taking all 3 of them before I take a Will Levis. So that division came from we didn't think too highly of it coming into the season. And by the end of the season, I understand the Jacksonville Jaguars had a precipitous fall. I mean, we talked about the fall that the Eagles had, how they started 10-0, and look at how it sank for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's really still hard to explain what went wrong for the Eagles for some people. But look at the Jags. And I don't like that people try to use, Trevor Lawrence got hurt, and that's immediately when they started playing bad. For one, they was mismanaged. Trevor Lawrence's health was mismanaged by the Jags. But I still think and Josh Allen for the Jags, bro, what a year. He gonna get paid. Or they're gonna put the franchise tag on him until they be able to work out a deal, because I don't think they're gonna let him walk. They got another great defensive player over there too, and I can't remember his name at the moment. But he on the defensive line with Josh Allen. It's something I was finna say about the Jags, bro. Oh, Trevor Lawrence. The clock done been sped up on him now. Like, it's no longer, his first year he had a bad head coach, and the development is over. You're gonna have to hit it quick, because now you got 2 quarterbacks in your division. For facts, you got one in CJ Stroud. This is now CJ Stroud's division. I doubt anybody's going to be is going to be ranking Trevor Lawrence over CJ Stroud. Now, I have no doubt there will still be people who rank Trevor Lawrence over CJ Stroud. But I done said it before. As much as I like Trevor Lawrence, if you look at these Jacksonville Jaguar games, they were not winning games because Trevor Lawrence dropped back and is great at throwing the ball all over the field. They won games because the run game played great. And I thought one of the biggest reasons they failed at the end of the season to keep winning the way they wanted to was because the running game just never got going. And when you play against bad teams early in the season, or teams that are not quite sure what they want to do on offense yet, teams that's getting through some injuries early, you can win games in sloppy ways, or you can dominate bad teams or dominate average teams. But when you get to the end of the season where every team is trying to make that run for that playoff push for a spot in the playoffs, it's a completely different story. And when you cannot run the ball to dictate clock or to control the game, that play a big difference. On top of that, you don't have, I like the weapons that the Jacksonville Jaguars had. However, your best weapon, Calvin Ridley, it's not really your favorite target. That's your tight end still. And so you have a quarterback who still, when you watch him play, yes, and some of his highs, the game looked good. But on an average Trevor Lawrence game, on a game-to-game base for Trevor Lawrence, it's not like an air raid type of thing. You got the play actions, you got the dink and dunks here and there. It's not a lot of him dominating teams through the air, in my opinion, the way people thought he would coming out of college. Definitely not the way CJ Stroud was able to drop back and dominate teams through the air. And so I think CJ Stroud is the better quarterback, just based off of what I saw from both of them. But a lot of it have to also do with what I saw from CJ Stroud this year. I thought I would have saw from Trevor Lawrence by now in the passing game. Like, to me, Trevor Lawrence has not looked as good and as fluid as CJ Stroud looked at his best in the pass game this year. And that's my thing with Trevor Lawrence. That's why I said I thought this year they would have a better passing game. And I guess you could look by some of the numbers and metrics and whatnot, and it might say, but to my eye test, what I wanted to see, I didn't see. So, listen, if I'm ranking quarterbacks in that division, I'd definitely go CJ Stroud, Trevor Lawrence, Anthony Richardson, and then Will Levis, because he's the fourth team right there, and somebody got to be ranked fourth. But I'm very interested to see Anthony Richardson. It's crazy how the NFC get to just sit back and watch that fucking AFC get tougher and tougher by the game, bro. Ain't that crazy, bro? Tell me that's not crazy. What sorry ass division in the NFC went from being like sorry, like we thought the AFC South was, to as good as the AFC South can possibly be now? Because I don't know bro. You can't say it for the people thought that the NFC West was gonna be great. Seattle ended up not being that great. Cardinals weren't great. The Rams was alright. They made the playoffs, but that had to do a lot to do with the NFC being weak as a whole. That's why people kept overrating the San Francisco 49ers. Like, bro, just tell me the division in the NFC. What division in the NFC is better than the AFC South? Mind you, the AFC South not even the best division in the AFC. And I would say that the AFC South is tougher than every division in the NFC right now. When you talk about the difference in conferences, bro, this is why I said the NFL got to figure something out. And I know that's not going to happen. We just going to have to wait around for these teams to finally just get good to nail these draft picks and get quarterbacks. Because imagine this. If Caleb Williams, he is going to the NFC. Imagine he not end up being a good quarterback. Now you got yet another quarterback. Imagine if he don't become a superstar quarterback. Like, say he don't get to the level of it's going to be unfair, but it just is what it is because you got to name the best quarterback. So imagine if he don't become Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, CJ Stroud, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert. Imagine if he can't get to the level of those guys. Or imagine if he get to the level of just a Justin Herbert. Or say a Trevor Lawrence who done got his team to a platform. Bro, it's not going to be good enough. He have to get to a Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen type of level for the NFC to really start seeing some type of, because, bro, it's not, they already got quarterbacks over there who is, is a good quarterback. He can do some things. We don't necessarily know if he a game-changing quarterback, but the NFC can't afford another game manager, bro. They can't. I mean, just look at the AFC South. When you think about the AFC South, you're not saying to yourself, oh, yeah, that's the best division in the AFC. But it's the best one if you compare it to the NFC. Like, I can't think of, you look at the closest division you would probably say is the Cowboys division with them and the Eagles. Because I don't look at the Giants or the Commanders as good teams. I'm just saying, man. This is my problem with the conferences, bro. And then the tougher, that's why it's just to me, it's no shock that the AFC is usually bringing out the better team. And the Bengals let the AFC down. I'm going to try to stop bringing it up because Bengal fans are going to hate me if I keep bringing it up. But I'm just saying, the AFC is such a better conference with the tougher competition, the tougher test. I was watching ESPN this year because you know all year how they was hating on Lamar. I was watching it this year, and Marcus Spears said, no, Lamar's still going to have the tougher path to get to a Super Bowl because who he got to play against. And Stephen A. Smith and Mad Dog was trying to disagree with him. And I'm like, bruh, do you see who Brock Purdy going to have to beat in the NFC compared to the AFC? It's not even close. I saw somebody try to compare, and listen, I understand a lot of y'all like Phillip Rivers, bro. I was never a big Phillip Rivers guy. So maybe that's why when I think of Tom Brady's path to a Super Bowl, I never really bring up Phillip Rivers. But he had some Phillip Rivers in there, some Joe Flacco, some young Andrew Lucks, and they did just start squatting. That's the thing with the Colts, bro. Why did they never do enough with Andrew Luck, bro? CJ Stroud and Micah Parsons is in the Celebrity All-Star game for the NBA, which is further proof the NFL can do more for their All-Star weekend, bro. Just further proof they can do more and they choose not to. Look at it. These two dudes showed up for an NBA fucking celebrity game. You don't think there's a risk they could get hurt in this type of game? They showed up because the NBA they kill it with the All-Star weekend. But anyways, back to the season. Remember during the season, for one, remember when the Giants was getting squat. I know Henry don't want to hear this, but boy, he remember when them Giants was getting toasted at the beginning of the season. But do y'all remember at the end of the playoff season the year before that when I said the Giants just got knocked out of the playoffs? And the thing about it is I can see every team in the playoffs getting better except for the Giants. This is the one team that can end up making the playoffs this year and not even making the playoffs next year and can finish last in their division. Ain't it funny how I predicted that at the end of that playoff game and poof, it happened. Listen, what what Dayball did at the end of the season, or what he did last year for the Giants or the year before, it was real nice. But at the end of the day, I watched them games. Daniel Jones had an average season, and it was celebrated as if he had a phenomenal season. Meanwhile, in the offseason, people was talking about Lamar Jackson didn't deserve the contract he was asking for. And then as soon as Daniel Jones signed on the dotted lines, people started to come to their senses. It was like, yo, we probably shouldn't have given him that extension. And then it was proven as soon as the season started. You know what's funny? I never hear about how Daniel Jones is injury prone, but I guess I ain't going to bitch about that too much because I don't hear people say, well, it was Giants fans. I mean, this happened this season where Giants fans was getting on Twitter saying they would rather have Daniel Jones than Lamar Jackson because Daniel Jones was starting to enter his prime while Lamar Jackson was leaving it. That sentence made no sense. Only a stupid person would put that sentence in their mouth and utter it. But those were things that was being said and tweeted this season, bro. This season. Do you remember when people were saying, I would rather have Brock Purdy than Lamar Jackson, and after he beat Lamar Jackson at home, it's going to be proof? That was being said this season. Lamar Jackson with a resume better than a Joe Burrow and a Josh Allen. You never say those things about those two quarterbacks, but for some reason, it was being said about Lamar Jackson. This is why I be telling y'all should not like the things that are being said about sports, because when they can say something like that about a so very clear and obvious great quarterback, imagine what they say about the dudes who y'all like when they don't align with they narrative. Like, come on, bro. That's why they so wishy-washy. They was like that with the Chiefs all season. But you see, if you thought it was a shocker that the Chiefs made it to the playoffs or won the Super Bowl, you wouldn't have been shocked if you listened to the kid all season, because I never was doubting the Chiefs all season like people was doing on ESPN, jumping back and forth. No. See, when you watch the games, when you got a history of excellence by that core and that quarterback, It's very simple. And I do believe, even with them winning the Super Bowl, and this is why Pat Mahomes is great, bro, because it's two things that's very obvious after watching the Chiefs the last 2 years. They needed a receiver last year. They still won a Super Bowl. Greatness of Mahomes. They need the enemy this year. Still won a Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes. That's why I know this motherfucker is different. Because the Chiefs needed a receiver last year. They might have found Rasheem this year, but they still needed one. But the bigger need this year was an offensive coordinator, because I understand Andy Reid's a great play caller. Clearly, Bieniemy's influence on that offense was missing. I'm actually kind of happy that happened, because now I could see the difference of Bieniemy, his influence on the Chiefs offense compared to Andy Reid. And Andy Reid might be getting a little old, man. He still called a couple good plays, but it was good to have that influence in that offense of an Eric Bieniemy, because you could see the difference in philosophies basically on how they call plays and put together plays and whatnot. But the Chiefs is the Chiefs, man. And Pat Mahomes he is him. He is him. Hey, yo, you remember Brady bought a piece of the Raiders, and then they signed Jimmy G. I see Jimmy G getting suspended for the 2 games next year for taking medicine that wasn't approved by the team. And then at the end of it said it's expected to be cut by the Raiders. That's crazy, bro. That's like a crazy way to end the sentence, bro, or to end the story. And it's expected to be cut by the Raiders. Like, the Raiders also signed this man. Traded Derek Henry. No. Didn't trade Derek Carr like they should have the previous season. Like, they held on to Derek Carr too long. Ended up signing Jimmy G as the replacement for some odd reason. But Devontae Adams went there to win. Organization with that level of incompetence, you went there to win. Come on, bro. Who he fooling? That happened this year. This year. The Dolphins put up 70 fucking points in a game this year. And every single game afterwards looked like they had lost something bit by bit. Remember when I came on here and said that? It just looked like the Dolphins is losing something every year. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I did not expect the Texans to be as good as they were this year. But it looked like every single week they was getting a little bit better. They went through their ups and downs, but it looked like they was learning something on a week-to-week basis. It just felt like the Dolphins remained the same and just lost a little bit each week. And then at the end of it all, they really lost the entire defense damn near. That was crazy. Like, I kept saying that. I did not expect for them to legitimately end up losing damn near everything. Tyreek was hurt at the end of the season. Waddle was hurt at the end of the season. Tua had regressed by the end of the season. And I don't really like using the word regressed. More so, Tua was clearly not at his best at the end of the season as he was earlier in the season. Like, it was very clear. And the worst part is that the Tua haters, they got a lot to talk about, because people say, oh, he only good because of his weapons, even though you got proof that Brock is good because of his weapons, but you try to knock that off. But anyways, when Tua's weapons started to be compromised, Tua started to look compromised. And there was a lot of bad decision making in there with Tua a lot of times. One of the biggest things I think we learned at the end of the season was something that I knew going into the season, but it was something that's very glaring if you watch the Dolphins. And it's not even just about like his weapons play bad. Yada. If you get Tua off of his spot and you make him have to leave his first read, man, he become a significantly less talented quarterback. Or the skill level just diminishes greatly when he is no longer able to make that first read, or when you can get him off of his spot. And I think that about a lot of left-handed quarterbacks, bro. I'm not a fan of the left-handed quarterback, bro. I'm just keep it a buck with you. But nonetheless, that was a glaring problem with Tua by the end of the season. But I also thought that was a problem with Brock Purdy. But I will say this. Brock Purdy probably don't. Let me get it, because Brock Purdy had the luxury of not usually having to be taken off of his spot. Like most of the time he had his weapons was able to get open. Christian McCaffrey. Like, as good as the Dolphins are, they don't have a Christian McCaffrey in the backfield, buddy. Speaking of talent in the backfield, J.K. Dobbins injured that quick. Then Keaton Mitchell get it going. He get hurt. It was a tough one, man. Tough one for running backs. Saquon had that big ass knot on his ankle this year. I know y'all. I gotta stop talking about the sorry ass Giants, man. I'm gonna tell you what else is crazy that happened this year. The Giants, instead of just letting Saquon walk and go to a different team, they brought him back for what? You could have did exactly what you did this year without Saquon. I don't even understand why Saquon would still want to play for the Giants other than the benefits of playing in New York. Because who in God's name would still want to play for the fucking Giants at this point? I don't get it. Also, what you gonna do with Daniel Jones? I don't even care what you do with Daniel Jones, bro. I don't. But Saquon is a very interesting one because you didn't have to pay him or stick that tag on him. You could have let him. Not to mention, you paid Saquon. I mean, you paid Daniel Jones. CJ Stroud just got an and-1. You paid Daniel Jones. Didn't pay Saquon. Saquon did more for your offense this year than Daniel Jones. I just, Saquon has always been better for your offense than Daniel Jones, which is a problem now because you don't want your offense best player to be a running back. You see where that got the Titans? Nowhere. Speaking of the Titans, the farewell season for Derrick Henry, that happened this year. These morons chose not to trade him at the deadline to get capital. CJ Stroud missed a free throw. They decided not to trade him at the deadline to get some type of compensation. They just gonna let the motherfucker walk at the end of the season, bro. Man, I don't understand. This is like when the Angels was actually nowhere near this because the Angels could have got a whole lot more. But the Angels keeping Shohei Ohtani instead of trading him at the deadline, knowing good and damn well he wasn't coming back to the Angels. The man done said multiple times he want to win. He want an opportunity to win. Bro, the Angels and winning don't even go in the same dictionary, bro. He was never coming back to the fucking Anaheim Angels. So I'm baffled that they didn't trade Derrick Henry. But I do believe Derrick Henry is him not being traded and him ending up a free agent this year. I think he can end up with a lot of great teams. He can end up in Buffalo with the Buffalo Bills, in Baltimore with the Ravens, in Kansas City with the Chiefs. Well, no, actually, I think it'll be harder for him to end up in Kansas City because they got Isaiah Pacheco. And you can't make an argument that Isaiah Pacheco can't give you what Derrick Henry could probably give you right now later in his career. You can make an argument. Derrick Henry could give you more right now than the Ravens starting running back and the Bills starting running backs. And I'm thinking about a contender because Derrick Henry would have just stayed in Tennessee if he didn't want to go to a contender. I could see the Eagles trying to make a run for him. But then again, you look at the Detroit Lions. They got Montgomery and they got Swift. My man's out of Bama, Gibbs. You might just, you pair Derrick Henry with a young running back, man. That could be a nice little backfield for you. Because I think Derrick Henry still got something in the tank, especially if he go to a good team. But he had his little farewell tour in Tennessee. I think it's still fucking stupid that you don't trade. Is that my boy Puka Nacua? Oh, hell no, that ain't Puka Nacua. I don't know who that is. Jesus Christ, I don't know who that man is. He just wear his hair like my boy Puka do. You got Jennifer Hudson out here. You got okay, bro. I don't know a lot of these celebrities, man. So I'm gonna read the names of the people's jerseys in the back if I don't know who they is, and maybe you might know who they are. Okay, it's 10-12 right now as we speak, though. But what else we had happen this year, man? What a year! What a year! Hey, Joe Burrow and Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert got hurt. Not at one point in time was they questioned, is they getting their money's worth out of those two? Is they injury prone? You didn't hear that at all. But they both got hurt this year. very interesting that Jake Browning, that thing happened. Speaking of Jake Browning, he said he is one of the 32 best quarterbacks in the NFL. He just so happened to play behind the best quarterback in the NFL, or top 2 quarterback. Whatever the fuck he said when he was glazing Joe Burrow. Nonetheless, bro, who cares about being a top 32 quarterback? Now, that might be good for the tax bracket and the check and all that, you know what I'm saying? Because I would love to be one of the 32 best quarterbacks in the NFL, too, so I could make millions of dollars. However, when it comes to actual, like, mattering, being a top 32 quarterback don't matter, bro. Only the top, like, 6 do, okay? Being a top 32 don't matter. And like I said, unless you just want to be rich, be able to be on TV, have a moment or two, you know what I'm saying? Because Baker Mayfield, a top 32 quarterback, that happened this year also. Boy, this was a big year of overhyping the mid quarterbacks. I mean, we had Buddy who started with the Cardinals, and then Josh Dobbs. You had Josh Dobbs this year, Baker Mayfield this year. What's this motherfucker who I was just talking about? Whatever. We had a battle of the mid, bro. Baker Mayfield really carried. He earned the mid in his name this year. Motherfucker got a playoff win. I don't know how Baker Mayfield keep lucking the fuck up and playing against teams that start the season on a heater, and then we realize, oh, this team pretty ass. The Steelers and the Eagles played the same fucking roles in Baker's story, bruh. But somehow people thinking like, oh, he really beat some competition in the playoffs. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And he played in a sorry ass division this year, bro. Sorry ass division. That's what I'm saying, bro. I got no respect for the NFC, bro. No respect for the NFC. Hell, let's head to another division. You got the Los Angeles, the AFC West. You got the Chiefs. You got the Chargers. You got the Broncos. You got the Raiders. That's a tougher division than any team. For one, that's a tougher division than any team in the NFC for the simple reason Pat Mahomes reside in that motherfucking division. All right? So you was never, for one, the NFC couldn't win 3 of these divisions, in my opinion, because you're not going to win a division that Pat Mahomes in. That's a tougher division than any division in the NFC because that's Pat Mahomes. You ain't got no fucking Pat Mahomes over there. You wasn't going to win a division with Lamar Jackson in it or Joe Burrow. I'm only putting them together because they play in the same fucking division. But you wasn't going to win a division with Lamar Jackson because you don't have a Lamar Jackson over there and you don't got a Joe Burrow over there. So you down 2 divisions, and you lucky as 2 because these 2 play in the same fucking division. Picture that. Then you wasn't going to win the division with Josh Allen in it because you don't got a fucking Josh Allen over there. So you down 3 divisions, buddy. So you only got 1 division left to win. Coincidentally, you ain't got a CJ Stroud over there. So you down all 4 divisions, cuz. So I'm going to tell you what. I better not never hear nobody run their mouth about the NFC being the tougher conference. I better not never hear nobody say, oh, the NFC just such a tough grind. It's such. No, bro, it's not. It's not. You got great quarterbacks in every single I'm talking about surefire. You believe it's a quarterback in every single AFC division that could be in the Hall of Fame. And 2 of those divisions, or at least 3, got 4 surefire Hall of Famers. 2 for a fact, because Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson is already Hall of Famers. They resumes say so. Josh Allen and Joe Burrow, in my opinion, will be Hall of Famers. CJ Stroud on a hell of a trajectory already. Not to mention they got 2 incubating with Richardson and Trevor Lawrence. And you got the other one who got, in the other division, you got Justin Herbert. We already told you Lamar and Joe Burrow running in the same division, but they also got Deshaun Watson if he decide to wake up. The Steelers going to figure something out possibly. The NFC is a joke. Don't ask me why I didn't have no respect for the Steelers. I mean, for the Chiefs. I mean, not for the 49ers all season, fam. That happened this year, where I started a new wave on the 49ers, saying that they don't have proper competition over there. They are not being properly tested. Deebo Samuel talking all that shit this year. talked a lot of shit. A lot of disrespectful shit talked by Debo this year. Started to feel real personal. And that's why you had people jumping out the woodwork when he lost, man. Aaron Donald took a picture of his ring. Fletcher Cox told him to eat a dick. I got something that you ain't got. Like, it got real personal. CJ Gardner-Johnson called him a running back boy. Like, a lot of got real personal. And like I said halfway through the season, I'm starting to realize that the 49ers is the best team in the NFC just because they have more talent on their team, not because they are actually the better team than any of these other teams. And I said it, if they played against a legitimate quarterback, they could lose, which is what almost happened when it came to the Green Bay Packers. And what they better pray to God is that the Green Bay Packers either just have a complete meltdown next year, because I don't know how they could regress from this year or from last year to this year, or they better hope that Jordan Love, just the flashes that he had this year or how he ended the season, you just better hope that was just a flu gaze, like that was a one-off. You better hope he go back to being like what people saw when they first saw Jordan Love, because if that's not what's going to happen, if he is legitimately about to become a him, 49ers not going to be winning that division, buddy. Not going to be winning, because Jordan Love already done proved to you he willing to go. Oh, this dude went up and, bro, I did not think that this dude had them type of bunnies. He did not scream, I got them type of hops. He got a man bun, and you did not think that he was going to jump like that for an alley-oop, man. So shout out to him, even though I don't really think it was alley-oop as much as it was Buddy just missing a wide open fucking layup. Oh, but he might go up and dunk. He went up and dunked that bitch. Who is this dude right here, bruh? I got to get this dude's name, bruh. I got to figure out who this dude is. Oh, he got the ball again. He got the ball again. Oh, he trying to put it behind his back. He made the pass to CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud blew it. CJ, you gotta line that up, baby. You gotta line that up, baby. This ain't a touchdown. You gotta line that one up, man. Oh, okay. Okay, hold up. We got some defense going. I don't know who these motherfuckers are, but this dude got a ball spot who playing. Oh, good steal. Okay, never mind. It could have been. Oh, good fake. Ooh, missed it. Got it back. Ooh, missed it again. Out of bounds. Tough. I think McCole Hardman playing in this game. I could be wrong, though. Anyways, a lot of people hated the San Francisco 49ers this year. And like I said, what do they call it? I got no man in this. Oh, nice little spin. Oh, I wish he had hit that. That would have been clean. But listen, I get why people would hate the 49ers do talk like they done won a couple rings, bro. Ooh, that was clean. They do talk like they done won a couple chips, don't they? They got 4 points. What the fuck? That's what this goofy ass Ruffles line is. Bro, the pros shouldn't be able to hit a 4-point play, bro. CJ Stroud just throwing up shit now. Oh, okay. Okay, and one. And one. He went in there like Kobe. I know the Texans weren't happy to see him take that bump right there. They probably like, get him off the court. Get him off the court. What else did we see happen this year in the NFL, bro? Aside from the people hating Debo and whatnot. You know, you saw the Lions. Hey, I'm not a Lions hater. The Lions had a hell of a season this year. CJ Stroud keep missing free throws. The Lions started off the season beating the bro, I saw somebody. Ooh, I think Micah Parsons just got an and one dunk. But the Lions, oh, they got another. They flew through that. Okay, bro. These motherfuckers just had 2 back-to-back cold-ass dunks, bro. I didn't expect to see no dunks like this in no celebrity game, bro. That's crazy. These motherfuckers got bunnies. Micah Parsons is huge in this jersey, bro. I did not expect him to be able to go up and dunk that, bro. That was crazy. Okay, I ain't gonna... See, I'm entertained. I am entertained. But listen, back to what I was talking to you guys about. We saw a lot this year. What a season by the Detroit Lions. What a season from from C-Mac. Christian McCaffrey, bro. Me and my homies was talking about C-Mac the other day because everybody loves C-Mac and he always done been invited to the cookout But I'm going to tell you something. The only thing that would have made him get uninvited that we wholeheartedly agreed on is if he had ever opened his mouth and said, yeah, you know, Brock Purdy, the best quarterback I've never played with. Because C-Mac, what are we doing, brother? What are we doing? But our boy ain't never come out and say that because he's a real one. He's a real one. Hey, I saw Luke Kuechly this year at the little Cam Newton, man. You remember this year where they tried to question Cam Newton? Basically, they was talking greasy on my boy Cam. Ace Boogie. They was talking crazy, talking about some he didn't know ball. They was trying to go at his career, attacked his character, talking about he was jealous. Mind you, these are the same people who was agreeing with Cat Williams. He ain't jealous and whatnot, but Cam Newton on something y'all don't agree with. Anytime somebody attacks somebody you don't like, you're going to be like, oh, they spitting. It take a real individual to be able to not like an individual, but still understand when somebody is not right with certain critiques and certain just hating, to be honest with you. But yeah, Kimberly Martins, the Jason McIntyres of the worlds, talking real greasy on that boy Cam Newton, who ended up having a clean motherfucking slate at the end of the season. It was a tough one for her. It's funny how you don't ever really get apologies, if ever, after, you know, the loudmouth ass media is wrong and loud. You know, it's funny. I wondered did Bill Polian ever apologize to Lamar Jackson. I wondered did that ever happen. Hey, y'all remember at the beginning of the season, because this happened also. It was analysts. Nick Wright, Peter Schrager, people who didn't pick the Ravens to make the playoffs. They said the Ravens wouldn't make the playoffs. Interesting. Because I just don't believe you would say Joe Burrow and Josh Allen wouldn't make the playoffs. And if you want to know why I always bring those two up, because those is the three that's in the category with Lamar and obviously Pat Mahomes on his own level. So you had Kenny Pickett and the fucking Steelers making the playoffs. And you remember how that season started. Everybody thought Mike Tomlin was finally going to have a season finishing under 500. And I told y'all, I said it. I said, listen, the Steelers only get up for one thing every year now, and that's to make sure they finish above 500. That's their Super Bowl now, finishing over 500. And they got a supreme Super Bowl this year. They got to sweep the Ravens. They finished over 500 and barely missed the playoffs. Oh my God. What a year. I mean, listen, what a year. I know the Steelers fans was just up and just, oh my God, euphoria. Euphoria. That was the Steelers in a nutshell. That's been the Steelers the last couple years though. You know? What else did we get into this year? What else great happened this year? Ron Rivera kept parading around as a good head coach. That was crazy. I mean, I'm not even finna get into the Rex Ryan. I mean, the Ron Rivera. Just know, to have that, it's still crazy. It's still crazy that at one point in time, they probably had one of the most promising defensive lines. Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen. What's my man who went to Chase Young and Montez Sweat. And that amounted to pretty much an average defense to above average on a yearly basis, but nothing ever crazy. Ron Rivera is a defensive-minded head coach. Carolina Panthers players ain't never got to speak bad on Ron Rivera, but just go, bro. If you know, you know, bro. That Ron Rivera is overrated as a motherfucker. The way a lot of people feel about Doc Rivers, I share those sentiments about Doc also a lot of times, but I definitely feel that way about Ron Rivera, bro. I think Ron Rivera is overrated. And it was about time that I hope the Commanders change their name too. Not back to what it was, just to something better. Like the Washington football team to me still is tough. I'm not going to lie to you. I know people say that sound like a soccer name. Who gives a fuck? That's my response. Who gives a fuck? Kyler Murray came back this year. Now, I know he didn't end up having like no insane year or nothing like that, but he still came back. DeMar Hamlin came back from death. Joe Flacco came back from his couch. I don't know where Melvin Gordon came from, but he was back. He was on the Ravens. You know, people whining about the Ravens should have ran the ball more. Bro, stop comparing the Ravens to Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan had Christian McCaffrey in his backfield and chose not to run it. The Ravens ain't had no fucking Christian McCaffrey in their backfield, buddy. Hate to break it to you. But it was an amazing season, man. It was amazing. We had that Pro Bowl, which, you know, silly me. I watched the Pro Bowl, and while I could tell you that for 90% of that game, I was hella uninterested, it ended kind of impactful. So I'm thinking that people was going to hop on the next day and be like, yeah, the Pro Bowl was great. Other than the people, good Lord, they drilling threes right now. Boy, this game done got good. But these shits is 4 points, bruh. I do not like that. These motherfuckers is missing layups, bro. But then the women coming down here drilling them bitches. Oh, here come a dunk. Oh, my Lord, bro. These dudes is missing layups, bro. I don't never want to hear them say nothing negative about women ever again, bro. Okay, this white boy right here drilled that. He got that. Probably should have been and one. Oh, is we launching? That should have been a carry. Oh, wow. That's a travel. Okay, anyways. My bad, bro. This celebrity game ain't that bad, bro. It's 30-31. And they hit some shots in a row, bro. Okay, here come another 4 points. Oh, no, they missed that one because I guess it wasn't no momentum, wasn't in transition. I don't know, man. They should have hit that shit. Who is this big dude? Is this Spice Adams? Oh, I bet you won't throw no. I thought he was going to throw. Okay, this dude right here probably know how to hoop. He seemed to know how to finish layups and whatnot. Unlike when some people get to the rim, they just throw up like the craziest layup for him, bro. It's like they just throw it at the backboard. They don't really got no type of technique or no real clue on how to actually get this ball in the hoop. Oh, boy, if he had to hit that shit. Oh, he might still get a chance to hit that shit. Yeah, he did. That right there. That's patience and IQ and keeping your eye on the ball, baby. Y'all gotta stop leaving them wide open like this. Jesus Christ, that was a nice floater. Okay, I know y'all not watching this shit with me, bro, but it's 36-37, bro. And this is not the old all-star celebrity games where nobody is doing no score. Oh, you gotta hit that. Where nobody is doing like no scoring. All the shots is like bad. Like you got some misses in here. But for the most part, they hitting shots. They taking shots that's makeable for one. You remember on the old celebrity games, a lot of these celebrities was taking unmakeable shots for them. Like thinking that they could hit shots that you knew they couldn't hit. These celebrities is pretty much, even though I don't know most of these celebrities is taking shots that they can actually hit and hitting them. Most of them, because it's done been some missed layups in there. Team Shannon done took the lead though, 40-37, bro. And they was on a little heater in this little round right here, baby. They was on a little heater, like the Dolphins were before it was all ruined, like the Eagles before, like really any team that was on a heater before it was all ruined at the end of the season. But you know, such is life. But what a season! So many things happened this season, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait till we do it all over again next year. Better than ever. We await the 2024-25 season. As always, if it's anything you wanted me to talk about in this season, you leave a comment thing, I'll get to it. We probably going to take like a week off from football talk, possibly, who knows. But we shall be back. The Chiefs ended up winning the Super Bowl at the end of the 2023-24 season. Congratulations to them. A host of awards was given out. Myles Garrett winning Defensive Player of the Year was actually interesting. I thought TJ Watt was going to win it. I'm not going to lie to you. But nonetheless, with that being said, I appreciate you all. for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. You can be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. Like, subscribe, share. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy. Scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber. You out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.